divider to produce controllable DC voltage. The circuit uses an Arduino, a potentiometer, and resistor. The output voltage is read by the Arduino EDC. The oscilloscope shows that the voltage is stable, like this. And the data is sent to LabVIEW and display as a graph. When the potentiometer adjusts, the voltage value change accordingly. The confirm that the DC data acquisition work properly and is used as a baseline before RC and transist measure. Thank you for me.
Okay, here I will explain the circuit for charging and discharging an RC capacitor. The purpose of this circuit is to observe the charging and discharging process of a capacitor, to study the transient response of an RC circuit, to acquire voltage data using Arduino, and for display of voltage versus time graph in LabVIEW. Well, the component I use are here. Arduino to 5-volt power Arduino 5-volt power source and analog reader, potentiometer to adjust resistor value, 1000 resistor to limit current and from an RC circuit, capacitor 50 volt to store and release electric charge, and breadboard and jumper wires for assembly this circuit. Explanation of the circuit paths on the component. Arduino pin 5-volt to supply voltage to the circuit, and pin GND to ground reference, and pin A0 to reach voltage on the capacitor. And Arduino function as a data acquisition system. The potentiometer, left leg to 5-volt, right leg to GND, and middle leg measurement to towards here, and resistor, and 1000 resistor to A0 midnight leg potential, and last capacitor, one leg to GND Arduino, and leg right to pin one resistor. So the working process that we have seen in the picture. First, for charging, 5-volt voltage flows through the potentiometer and resistor. The capacitor starts charging and the voltage begins to rise exponentially while the Arduino reaches this voltage A0. And for discharging, as the resistance changes, the capacitor releases its charge, and the voltage drop exponential. This change is recorded as transient data. Result here result that we can see in LabVIEW right in can oscilloscope this graphic from the circuit here. Nah, and in LabVIEW, data sent from Arduino via serial VISA can be displayed on the LabVIEW uh, waveform chart. The result x-axis is the time, y-axis voltage, here time, and here voltage. Graphs occur according to RC theory, gradually rises during charging and gradually falls during discharging. Mm. From the, from the testing result of the built RC charging discharging circuit, it successfully demonstrates the charging and discharging characteristic of the capacitor. The data obtained from the Arduino and displayed on left view correspond with the oscilloscope measurement and the RC circuit theory. So, thank you.
Me. I'm here today will be present about low pass filter. And what is low pass filter? Low pass filter is a circuit that allow low frequency signal to pass through while holding high frequency signal. It is commonly used to smooth signal, reduce noise, and convert PWM signal into a stable DC voltage. And I'm here to present my circuit. And the first picture is my circuit that I made in Tinkercad website. And the second picture is the actual circuit. And the third is my specification. I use 10K resistor ohm and 100 nanofarads capacitor. Next. And now what I'm showing you is the result of my circuit. The first picture is from the oscilloscope and the second picture is from the LabVIEW software. As you can see, it is the same between the two, and so I can say it myself. It is a good or valid experiment. If you ask me why the signal is going up and down so furiously, it is because the capacitor I use is very small and weak. It, it is so that is the cause of the up and down so furiously. I think that's it for myself. Next one is will be from my friend. Thank you.
This is a detailed circuit for an inverting op-amp amplifier objective. Study signal amplification with phase inversion 180 degrees. Verify the relationship between theoretical and actual gain. Compare inverting and non-inverting characteristic. Test the amplified signal equation using an Arduino ADC. If the circuit is correct, it will look like the video. Okay, amplitude match the resistor ratio. Output path is reversed, no clipping. Offset remains around 2.5 volt.
So operational amplifier becomes fundamental building blocks in electronics. They are used for verification, conditioning before IDC, filtering buffer. So in this experiment, everything and everything configuration are implemented and managed using ACLM, the ADC material for the analysis and visualization. So my objective is the objective of this experiment is to demonstrate implementation between beyond and one to verify the relationship between theoretical gain and actual gain and to stage behavior and physics. Arduino ADC equation of amplified signals and to observe signal stability and saturation using. So now is op-amp configuration study. So op-amp configuration implement is non-inverting and inverting amplifier. However, in this my presentation, I will focus mainly on the inverting amplifier as it used for AC signal conditioning. So, an inverting amplifier circuit characteristic first is input signal applied to the non-inverting plus terminal, output feedback to inverting minus terminal to the resistor network. Output signal is in a phase with the input. For circuit component, I use Arduino Uno M38358 personal amplifier, resistor 10K, resistor 30K ohm, and two resistor 10K ohm, and DC offset divider, and resistor 220 ohm for ADC amplification, and capacitor decoupling with function later or Arduino PM as a total small amplitude. So for DC offset design, several ADC can operate multiple voltage 2.5 or DC offset of using a resistor voltage divider. This allows the signal to flow roughly 5 volt ADC and target gain calculation for expect result is output amplitude is one time then input amplitude. Okay, protection, low waveform clipping for the inverting of amp characteristic. Input applied to the inverting external output signal is 180 degree out of phase. And now the following parameters are measured: the input voltage, actual gain, phase relationship, relation behavior, signal stability, and amplitude. And my experimental results, if the circuit operates correctly, output amplitude is 4 times then phase input, waveform is not flipped, and DC offset remains around 2.5 volt. Channel is stable and smooth and rapid waveform chart, and no ADC overflow or noise spikes observed. Review signal monitoring. Review is used to read serial ADC data from Arduino, convert ADC values to voltage, and display real-time waveform, and verify signal stability and offset accuracy. This confirms the suitability of the non-inverting amplifier for data acquisition system. So now the experimental gain closely matches the theoretical gain. LM358 perform well for low frequency single supply application. DC offset is crucial for safe ADC operation. Decoupling capacitor improves signal stability, and non-inverting configuration will be offset and coordinated. So for conclusion, non-inverting op amp successfully amplifies analog signals with gain bigger than 1. Theoretical and actual gains are consistent. Arduino ADC can reliable amplify signal. If you effectively visualize real-time data, the circuit is suitable for embedded measurement system. So in the future work, I think we'll implement low-pass filtering after amplification, compare LM358 with virtual op amps, analyze idea frequency response, and the sensor-based application. Well, this project provides a solid foundation for analog signal conditioning in embedded system and can be further developed for sensor-based and industrial measurement application. Thanks for your attention. Good evening.
Left side is comparator of amp. Left side explaining analog input. Please decide your attention to the left side to slide. In this configuration, the oscilloscope is connected directly to the potentiometer. As we can observe on the graph, the waveform is analog, the signal rise and fall gradually is in response to the changing resistance as the knob is turned. This voltage is continuous, meaning is fall can be anything within the range of 0 to 5 volt. Right side explanation, digital output, uh, how it compare that with the image on the right. The analog signal is processed with the LM3393 IC. It is compared again against preset reference voltage. As a result, the oscilloscope display queer have or a digital signal. In this state, there is no middle ground. There are only two distinct conditions: low, uh, 0 volt, or high, 5 volt.
In the reason of a semester, from especially from the mid semester until this end of semester. So I'm already explained about that I am building some web base of e-learning for this project, but there is still of uh with some like upgrade because I just make about the home page and also about the contact page, but I didn't yet to create the material task and also discussion page because the first one I already got the job desk about creating some web-based e-learning. Then when I'm uh develop this web base, our manager project tell us about we have to change our job desk. We have to create something related on the module that we created from the VMS or the IT company that making this module or this trainer kit for electro. So we creating the PCB that I've mentioned before in midterm semester, but after the benchmark of the midterm semester, we discussed with our manager project again. Then we get some new job desk. So basically, we didn't have to create the PCB because PCB without testing the electronic components, the simulation electronic components is zero because if the PCB already done, but we never to simulate the schematic design, schematic wiring. We never try on the real world, not only just imaginable or something like that. That's not really useful uh because we don't know is it work or not about the PCB. So we have to create some simulation using a component just like resistor and also capacitor and also a potentiometer. So after that discussions, uh, we choose to we choose to uh, develop. We choose to creating some simulation, we creating some schematic diagram, schematic wiring, something like that. So I will show you. I will show you the. Okay, so I will show you how it works, how it. Okay, so as we can see in this video, there is some breadboard and also the components like the wire, Arduino Uno, the potential, and also we are using oscilloscope to testing the signal of this component. So this is testing for the PWM for Arduino test, and for your information that Arduino cannot show it up the digital signals. They just showing the analog. And my job, I have to create some components that can make uh, some like analog to digital converter. So the purpose is since the oscilloscope is cannot read the analog data because the oscilloscope that we have in Braille is reading the digital signal. So I have to build the components. I mean, the semantic of wiring of probably like something like that to convert the analog to digital so the signal can readable in this oscilloscope. As we can see, the signal is already read on digital way. This one is 0, this one is 1. When I lower down the potential, the signal is also going down. And when I'm going up, when I spin the potentiometer, so the signal is going up also. In another video, I will show you the another a test. This is for fin test. Okay, so this one is testing about the potentiometer. So potentiometer have 3 pins. The first one is for power. The third one is for ground, and in the middle of the potentiometer is for checking or making the potentiometer is functional. So I have to put my I have to put this this cable, this testing oscilloscope cable to uh, pin to middle to the middle of potentiometer pin. So the purpose is for checking is it work or not about the potentiometer. Is it uh is it good or not? Is it possible to use it or not? So based on the video, the potentiometer is totally working. So when I'm spinning up to open, the potentiometer signal is going up, and when I'm spinning down, potentiometer the signal also going down. Okay, so what is our struggle and what is our hope in the future progress is we hope that in the next step that we can build or we can design the PCB, and we can fabricate the PCB at the RTF building. And also, the problem with this project is a lack of active member. We have a lot of member. In total, we have 8 members, but the problem that we face is the active member is just only 4 members, and the other 4 is passive. So with that situation, we kind of struggle to keep maintaining in phase space to creating for this project or to achieve a good goal of for this project. So I hope in the next project or in the next semester we get some active and good understandable about this project, so we can catch up. We can catch up the finish line or the target, so we can move in very fast pace. So if we get that position, if we get that situation, I believe and we believe that this project is really going well because everyone is active and everyone is understand what we've done, what we've to do, what we've going where. So that's all that I can present to you, and thank you.